What is it that we do with expired yogurt? It's not a trick question. What is it that we do with expired yogurt? Throw it out, right? What is it that we do with an iPhone that doesn't support the new updates? Exchange it or throw it out as well, maybe. When something expires, when something loses value, when something is no longer useful for us, our first instinct is to get rid of it. Our first instinct, humanly speaking, is to get rid of it. But that's not God's first instinct. That's not Jesus' first instinct. The scriptural theme for this Catholic Education Week is, "Behold, I make all things new." Taken from, these are the words of Jesus in the last book in the New Testament, the book of Revelations. "Behold, I make all things new." For us, as human beings, there is no throwing away. There is no expiry date. Each and every one of us have infinite dignity in the eyes of God, because we are each children of God, created in His image and likeness. And what does that mean for us? What does that mean for each and every one of us? It means that Jesus can and Jesus desires to make all things new in your life. Even with yesterday's mistakes, even with today's hopes, today's desires, and even with tomorrow's anxieties, tomorrow's hopes. In the gospel that I just proclaimed, Jesus says, "I am the bread of life." And He says that in two ways. He says that He's the bread of life, first, because He's nourishment for us. He's spiritual food for us, to help us, to give us strength, especially in those times in our life when we feel like, how could anything new come out of this, Lord? How could anything good come out of this? Jesus is the bread of life to strengthen us, to give us spiritual food, spiritual nourishment by us going to prayer to Him. And then Jesus also says that He is the bread of life because He says it quite explicitly in this gospel, and as we continue to read in John chapter 6, that He speaks about His body and His blood, the Eucharist, that He gives to us. My dear friends, when we receive Holy Communion, we receive Jesus Christ Himself. And when we receive Jesus, He renews our heart. Jesus desires to renew, to rebuild, to restore, together with you, your heart. As Catholics, we believe, and all Christian believers, we believe that Jesus Christ died and resurrected for you and for me, for each and every one of us. And that means that every day, every breath that we take is lived with this hope, with a hope rooted in the knowledge that no one becomes expired, no one is damaged goods, and no one is too far from the reach of His desire to make all things new in your own life. Authentic renewal of hearts, authentic renewal of your heart, authentic restoration of hearts is centered on a person, and His name is Jesus Christ.